What is going on, everyone, to the Degens podcast? So, start off this video. Me and Liam are going to go over our last week's picks for the week one. And overall, we almost went 500. We're just shy, starting at 7-9 for the week one. Just made a little spreadsheet earlier today. Look at the colors. They're impressive. So, obviously, you can see we had a tough start with Tampa Bay. Did not do too well. Buffalo surprised me. As you can see going on, I'm not going to go over every pick. Giants really hurt. That really hurt. We'll go on to that later, obviously, because that's the week one or week two first matchup against the Washington football team. So we'll go into that right now. But yeah, got anything to say before you start?
Yeah, a couple of them were just surprises, but I think I hit all three of my locks. So that's what we got.
I think overall we did okay. Also, I want to mention too. So there was a couple we had a couple push. So Cardinals was a push, or Carolina was a push. And I think you had Cincy, that was also a push as well. So if it's a push, I said it's a win. The only time it's a loss is when you're losing money. That's all that matters.
Since he was a win because they were +3, not -3.
Oh, facts. All right, never mind. Anyway, but Carolina, that was a push for both of us. And I say a push is green. I say it's a win because a loss is when you lose money, and that's all that matters to me.
No, where I'm 6-9-1.
No, I don't like ties though. That's my other problem too. I hate ties. So I'm not a big tie guy.
Guys. He's 7-9. I'm 6-9-1.
Well, I would also be 6-9-1.
Yeah, I know.
But, all right, whatever. Okay, so now we'll go obviously into the picks. We're gonna go in obviously every single game, every single spread. We're gonna go over our major locks, and we'll see how this goes. So, all right, we're gonna go into New York Giants against the Washington football team on Thursday night.
Like, are they gonna
be a clown?
Are they gonna hurt me again? Are they gonna hurt me again? We're playing a backup quarterback, and we're underdogs by over a field goal. I don't like Washington didn't look that good. Like, granted, they paid the Chargers and we looked horrible, but and it's not because I'm a Giants homer, because I would pick the Giants if I wasn't gonna think they were gonna win. But I like the +3.5 here. These teams play close games.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we're over field goal, and like, look at the stat right there. The Giants are 5-1 against the Washington football team over the past 3 seasons. It's the only team that Daniel Jones can beat.
It is truly the only team. So when Washington football fans like make fun of Daniel Jones, I'm like, well, you guys can't beat him. I always say, no matter what.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to ride with the Giants here, and if they hurt me again, they hurt me again. But like, that's what I think the right side of this bet is. So I'm riding with the Giants, as bad as it feels.
I am also riding with the Giants, and it hurts a lot because they are really.
But you're gonna ride with the Giants every single week.
Yeah, I am a homer. So he's riding with it because he's doing it because he thinks it's the right move. I'm riding because I'm a homer. They really need to win. Like, I'm looking at their schedule, like they absolutely need to win. Like, they need to. This is like I don't want to say, but like, this is a must-win game in a way. Even though it's week 2, it is a must-win game because if we go 2-1 in the first 3 games, because I think the Falcons is almost a lock. Like, I think we're gonna beat them. They're very bad, the Falcons. So I think the Falcons is a lock. I think the Falcons we could most definitely beat. Although, so now we have Washington, right? If we go 1-2, we're gonna go 1-2 into the Saints, Dallas, who's not bad, and I can't remember the other team, but we have another team they go against that is like really not that bad. And then you have Carolina, and it's like, okay, good. So now you have a little bit of a lesser schedule, a little bit like a less on the opponent, and then you go right back at Arrowhead. So you could possibly go like 3-6 or whatever that is.
Yeah, but what about this game though?
This game, I think, I agree with you. First of all, Daniel Jones, I love the fact that he's never lost to them. Just point that out. That's one. Number 2, it's always a close game. It's always a one-score game. I think last year was 2019, 22-19. And then I think the next game after that was like a 3-point game as well. So I do like the fact that it is within a field goal. I would take the Giants. Just not even the fact of being a homer, but yes, being a homer, I would take the Giants.
And like, the other side of it is they have this stat here that is pro Giants, but the last 5 years, it's either 4 or 5 years, the Giants have started 0-2 every single year.
Ooh.
It's like you could throw that stat in there too, and then the Giants look like a bad pick here. But again, like, there's trends going both ways, so I just got to take where I think the value is, and over a field goal, I'll take the Giants.
I also think for the fact that Taylor Heineke is their starting quarterback, I don't necessarily think, I know everyone loved him in the Tampa Bay playoff game. I don't think he's that good. That's number 1. Number 2, Andrew Thomas, last week he played very well. I think last week he
Right,
did
but
play
what
very
about
well.
Will Hernandez and Nate Solder? Like,
He was the one bright on that team that actually is pretty good, and he's going to be going against Chase Young. And I think he usually has a pretty good competition against Chase Young,
yeah,
so
but
he
then there's
probably takes him
Montez
out.
Sweat. Like,
There is him. There is him as well. Yeah, that is a problem.
whatever, whatever.
That is a problem. But I think genuinely, I actually do think the Giants can pull this out. I'm praying to God that like the last it was garbage time. You can say it's garbage time, but when Kenny was getting the ball and was making really good contested catches, like I'm praying to God they're like, yo, Danny, like he doesn't need to be butt naked open. Like he's just throw it at him. Just throw the ball at him. And he'll probably catch it. So
Right.
I'm praying they give more to Kenny, and I'm praying Saquon gets more touches. I know they want to like warm him up into like the season, but I'm praying that happens. So I think they could
Okay.
win this straight up.
Next game. Next game.
We'll go on to the next game. Yeah, we spent a lot because we are Giants fans. We'll spend a lot on this game. I'm not betting against famous Jameis. I'm taking Saints here at -3.5. I'm not betting against Jameis. I just won't do it.
Yeah. See, I think the world is on Saints -3.5 here.
Oh, most definitely.
So that's literally my only decision-making factor. The Panthers looked really good in the first half last week. They kind of took their foot off the gas and were like, no, like,
Yeah.
do what you want, Jets. You guys aren't catching up here. Like, so I'm going with the Panthers. Again, I think these are in-division games. They're going to play a close game. I'm getting over a field goal. That Carolina defense, when they were trying and weren't in prevent, looked pretty good, which I think is kind of their weakness. I like their weapons. And the Saints wide receiver core is buns. Like, can Jameis make it happen? We know Jameis is capable of one of those Jameis games. So I'm riding with the Panthers.
But you got to see Jameis in the Packers game. He even with those bun wide receivers, it's not like they got better wide receivers. He still lit it up against the Packers defense. That's pretty good.
The
I was very
Packers were
surprised by
clearly
that.
not. The
They looked
Packers were
bad.
clearly not ready for that game.
No, they looked.
They
Real
were
bad.
not prepared.
No, not at all. They looked really bad.
And what is look right underneath Colin Cowherd? Love the Saints here. So perfect. I'm not going with the Saints. The guy's clown.
fuck.
Give me the Panthers. 3.5.
I mean, I already put
over
my
field
pick
goal.
in. I already put my pick in, so like I'm taking Saints. But like these are things I need to see. I need to
That
look.
doesn't feel good, does it?
I need to look at this before I even make my decisions here. That's honestly almost as bad as McCartney hitting a watermelon. So that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough now. That's tough for me. But I'm sticking with Saints. I think the Saints are a much better team overall. I think their coach better too. I do like the Panthers' weapons. I think their defense could be a little suspect at times. I'm looking forward to. I can't bet against famous Jameis, so I'm taking the Saints. Okay, on to the next game. What are you thinking here?
Bengals, Bears. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals.
I agree. This is another team where like, I'm actually a little surprised that they are plus. I'm surprised they're kind of the dog. I mean, I guess they're going to Bears, so I understand that, but I'm a little surprised that they're the dog in this game because I think Cincinnati's overall a better team than the Bears.
I don't know. The Bears defense is definitely better than the Bengals defense, but like, is this Justin Fields' first start? If so, then like I'm probably going to take the underdog against a rookie quarterback in his first ever NFL game. And if it's Andy Dalton, then I'm just not afraid of the Bears.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll just take the points because I think it'll be a pretty close game. I don't have like a great feel on who's going to win here. I think these teams are pretty even. So like, just give me the points, and I'm 3 for 3 on underdog so far. So let's hope it's a big week for that.
True. My thing with Cincinnati is I actually think they're a pretty good team. And I think with the Bears, yes, that defense is scary with Khalil Mack. And I know they have some good secondary players like Eddie Jackson and so on. But I just think they're a little too old. And I think 3 years ago, they were a good defense. I think now they're a little too old. And also they've been like opposite of the worst offense, like almost in the league. It's horrendous. So I think that has to be demoralizing. Like the fact that like Andy Dalton's your guy. Mitchell Trubisky, sadly, love Mitch, is your guy. Like Nick Foles is their guy. Like they just have been playing against shitty offenses for a while. They've been with them, and it's just, I think they're demoralized. And I like the Bengals here. I do actually like the Bengals a lot here.
Yeah. I also think that the Bengals, like, if they can stop David Montgomery, like put 7-8 in the box and be like, beat us, Andy Dalton, they win the game. If they can't stop David Montgomery, it's going to be a long game because the Bears are going to be able to bleed the clock, put points up. And the Bears defense is better than the Bengals defense, regardless of age. So that's really what I think it comes down to. And I don't have a ton of faith in Andy Dalton. So, yep.
Do you know how the Bengals did against Dalvin Cook?
We can look it up right now.
Yeah, okay, word. Because if that, I mean, that's the case. Like, if they could stop, I would just do the same game plan, honestly. Like I think Andy Dalton. I mean, I think Kirk Cousins is a little better than Andy Dalton, but not by very much. It's just like, yo, at that game, they're like, yo, Kirk
Yeah,
beat us. Like
he
Andy beat us. We'll
Dalvin had
stop you.
20 carries at 3 yards a carry.
It's whatever.
Yeah,
60 yards.
20 for 60.
Yeah,
20
it's
for
not bad.
60. It's not
So
good.
no.
Yeah.
So exactly. I think they're gonna have another similar game plan, and they're riding high on a huge. Uh, and was it a comeback? I think it was low-key a comeback in OT for the kick for the win. So yeah, I like that pick. All right, let's go on to the next one. And I
The
can't.
big spreads are so weird.
I know. I really know. Like I want to say Browns here, right? I want to say Browns 11.5, but I feel like that's a lot. Like although I know the Browns are very good, and maybe the Texans just beat up on a young, shitty Jacksonville team. So maybe that's the case. This spread is pretty fucking ridiculous, though.
The play here is do a same game 6-point teaser. Tease the Browns down to -5 to 5.5, and then tease the under up to 54. I think that's the play, but we're not talking about that.
No.
So picks against the spread. I'm gonna let you go first here.
If I'm gonna be totally honest with you, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Browns. I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. I think they're gonna come off a huge. They had a bad loss. I think they're gonna want to come with a little bit of a comeback loss or a comeback win here. So I'm gonna take them. But if I'm being totally honest with you, I do not feel confident in this game. I do not like this huge of a spread, to be totally honest with you. It makes me too nervous. I wouldn't take it actually. We're taking it because we gotta take every game.
I'm taking the Texans.
Okay.
I think that's too many points to give Baker Mayfield. Like I know they're a good team, right?
Yeah, they are.
But I think the Texans might just be a team that just becomes cover central and loses every game. Right? Because they're just gonna get so much like hate from the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like they're just gonna be like Tyrod seems like the perfect cover quarterback. Like Teddy Bridgewater has covered like some ridiculous amount of games in his life. Like he has an insane percentage, but I think like Tyrod is kind of a similar quarterback. He runs a little more, which burns more of the clock, which means not as many points get put up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think I think the Browns win by 9. Like I can see like 23-14.
Yeah. I'm in.
So that's what I'm going with.
All right, perfect. All right. Okay, on to the next one. I think this is pretty simple. I'm taking Rams here, -4. It's pretty easy. I think Rams are legit, and I don't think that the Colts are. That's pretty much it. I think the Rams are probably going to be our NFC representative for the Super Bowl, if not the Giants, but I think it's probably going to be the Rams. I think the Rams are really good, and I'm going to go Rams at -4.
Yeah, I'm on the Rams here too. Matt Stafford, he's sick. They used Darrell Henderson well in the Sunday night game, and I liked what I saw. I have a lot of faith in the Rams. Defense is still good. The Colts, like, I don't know, is T.Y. Hilton back or is Michael Pittman still their wide receiver 1? Like, I don't have a ton of faith in Carson Wentz. And then the defense is good, but can they stop Matt Stafford?
No. Or all those
give me the
weapons?
Rams.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Rams. But again, the world's going to be on the Rams here.
That is very true.
Oh,
we're good.
Cowherd
so we're good. Colin Cowherd said I would take the Colts, so we're good.
Yeah.
And he said because the Rams played late Sunday, so they'll lose a little time in the travel.
Okay, Colin. We'll just
about a couple hours, but that's totally fine. I'm happy with that pick. That's gonna be a lot.
I've never seen this before where they just get all of Colin Cowherd's opinions. I need to just start betting based on that.
That is true. Okay, we're gonna go with the Broncos here. I'm gonna say Denver. I think Denver. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are very bad, especially getting curb stomped by Houston. And I actually think Denver they have a good defense. That's for one for sure. And also like overall, yes, they beat the Giants. I know most people maybe watching this are probably saying the Giants suck, but I think the Giants, are way better than Jacksonville. Let's just go with that. And I also think you're saying, I think Teddy is pretty good. He's very good under pressure. And I like that. I like Denver here.
Yeah, I see this as like a 6-point game. So I think it's a really good line. I see it as like a 6 or 7 point game. I'm gonna lean Denver as well. I just think it's the right side here, and eating those 6 points with Teddy Bridgewater hurts. Like no more Jerry Jeudy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the offense really, but they seem to put up enough points on the Giants, who are supposedly have a decent defense, and the Jags don't.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Broncos here, and I don't feel great about it, but because I think they're baiting me here to take the Broncos.
But I think overall, I think the Broncos, they still have Noah Fant, who is going to crush them. They still have Cortland Sutton, who is a very wide receiver. KJ Hamler is a really good fast speed
Melvin
wide receiver.
Gordon,
Melvin
Javonte
Gordon's pretty
Williams.
good. Yeah, Williams looked pretty good. So Williams just looked like he kept falling forward. It was so aggravating. Like we would stop him, like maybe get like a 2-yard run for like normal running backs, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that turned into a 5-yard run because he just falls forward. So
It just
I like.
happens to the Giants, though. It's just the Giants' life.
Yeah, this is true too. I mean, I'm interested to see like if they get curb stomped by Jacksonville, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna feel a little upset about myself. But yeah, I think this is a good play. I think it's a good play. All right,
Okay.
on to the Bills, Dolphins. So I correctly picked the Dolphins last time, but I just straight up thought the Dolphins were just a better team overall than I did New England. This time I don't think the Dolphins are better than the Bills. I think the Bills are a better team. They have a better defense. I think they have a better offense, way more better quarterback. Their defense does look better for the Bills. I know that was a problem last year. A lot of people were concerned about their defense. Tre'Davious White didn't play too well. A lot of guys didn't play too well. But I think overall, I think the Bills would do a lot better. And 3.5, maybe you see this as a 3-point game because it's a division rival and everything, yada yada. But I still think the Bills are really good, and I think they need to come out swinging after losing to the Steelers, which I did not see that happen. So I like the Bills here.
Yeah, I don't like the half. I would have liked to just be at the field goal there, but I'm gonna take the Bills. I think like Miami, their defensive strengths are cornerback and the secondary there, and the Bills' weakness is their offensive line. So I don't think like teams that are going to beat the Bills are going to just be able to get after Josh Allen on every play. Like they can't stop Stephon Diggs.
No.
They can try, but they can slow him down for sure. They can't stop him. And the Bills have other good wide receivers: Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, Gabe Davis. And they go 4 wide all the time.
Yeah, and Cole Beasley in the ass. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I just like the Bills in that respect, and I think the Bills will be able to stop Tua well enough. And I just think they put up too many points for the Dolphins to keep up. And Colin Cowherd said he'll take Miami.
So that's perfect as well. I like the Bills even more now. So I feel good.
If we just get like completely obliterated by Colin Cowherd this week, I'm not doing the podcast anymore.
Okay, so we're gonna go into obviously the Patriots. I feel bad like taking all these favorites, but I just think the Patriots are better than the Jets. The 5.5 thing maybe is a little concerning. Zach Wilson did come back a little bit better, but I think overall, I think the Patriots have a better defense, and I just don't think the Patriots. Also, Bill Belichick murders little rookie quarterbacks every single year.
It's no like 14-0 or something.
Yeah, I think it's something absurd at this point. So yeah, I think that I'm going to take the Jets here, or sorry, the New England Patriots here at -5.5. And I actually like that pick a lot. That might be a potential lock pick.
I'm taking the Jets. I think you look at the over/under there, right? 43. Maybe the lowest of the week. It's tough to beat someone by that many points with such a low-scoring game. I don't think the Patriots will be able to put up a ton of points because I don't think like Mac Jones is super comfortable yet. I think he looked decent last week, but I see them putting up about 20 points every week, 17 to 23 points, and I think the Jets can put up 14 to 17 points and make that cover. So I will be riding with the New York Football Jets.
Okay. All right, on to a fucking shitbag team. This is my mortal lock. The Shitbirds against the Niners. I think the Niners are 1,000 times better than the Eagles. Simple. Everything is better with the Niners. I think the Eagles beat a really shitty Falcons team. Now everyone thinks they're the GOAT. Also, Colin Cowherd likes them, so fuck them. I can't read that. So I'm absolutely taking the Niners here. And that is my mortal mega lock. Like I would take them at -10. I think they're going to shit stomp these Shitbirds, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers. I don't love it. I don't think as much as you do, but I certainly like it. I don't think there's that much to say about it, honestly, but I'm riding with the 49ers. Like, it doesn't really matter who's playing running back for them. I know they had running back injuries, but they could put me in at running back and just be like, yo, look at that giant gaping hole.
Yeah.
Try to run through it. And I get like 5 or 6 yards of carry.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm kidding, but better defense than the Eagles.
Way better.
I don't really know what they're doing at quarterback, but Kyle Shanahan is a better coach than Nick Sirianni, I hope.
I know he is.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's all I got.
I get really annoyed at the Eagles fans because they think that they beat the Falcons, who was contending for the first overall pick, and now they're the best team in the fucking league. You guys literally didn't beat anybody. Your offense is way overrated. Jalen Hurts is not very good. He's not very fast, nor does he have a great arm. And your defense is also really not that good either. So I cannot wait. I'm going to watch it. My friend is an Eagles fan. I'm also going to watch the Giants game with him, so he's going to be able to shit on me. I hope we win, and I'm going to rub all of this in his face. I cannot wait for this game. Very excited for that. Okay. On to the next game, Steelers Raiders. Now the Steelers actually really impressed me this last week, to be honest with you. That's a big win against Buffalo, to be totally honest with you. I actually kind of like Pittsburgh here at -5.
I have no feel on this game at all.
It's hard.
I was so impressed with the Raiders too. Although, like, the Ravens were trying to give them the game. Like, I don't know how many more things the Ravens could have done to try to lose that game. I think it's a letdown spot after Monday Night Football with the overtime win and all that. So I'll take the Steelers. I think they win by a touchdown. So I'll take Pittsburgh. Actually, now talking through it, I actually do like that a lot more than I thought. Najee Harris, big game incoming, and Steelers defense. If you guys play fantasy, if they're out there, which they're not, someone might have dropped and pick up someone else, go pick them up. It's probably going to be a good week and a good few weeks moving forward.
All right, on to Arizona Vikings. This spread. I don't like this spread.
Give me the Cardinals.
I like Arizona, but I don't like.
I think the Vikings are awful.
Really?
I said this last week when I took the Bengals. Like, I just don't think the Vikings are good. I think Kirk Cousins sucks. Like, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are like decent, but like, who do they rely on to throw them the ball? Kirk Cousins, who sucks. Like Dalvin Cook, no one really has to respect Kirk Cousins. So I think obviously he'll eat, but this is against JJ Watt. We saw what Chandler Jones did. I don't love the defense, but I like it well enough. Mm-hmm. And then their offense is gross. I like Kyler. I know you don't, but
I know I after watching, I was very impressed. I can't even say I was impressed. I watched the highlights. I watched some of the game. I was impressed by it. It was legit.
I think I'm getting got by this game as well, but like losing in overtime for the Vikings hurts a lot. Like, I think they go to the locker room and are not very happy. It's probably a slow week to start the week, at least. Probably get rehyped up, but I just like the Cardinals here. They're riding a high after blowing out the Titans.
I also really like what's his name? At the end, Chandler Jones. I think Chandler Jones is 5 sacks in a game is ridiculous. Going against Taylor Lewan, who's an all-pro, Pro Bowl left tackle, perennial kind of guy. So yeah, I 100% think this is going to be Cardinals -4.5. I like this. All right, on to the Atlanta Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons suck, and Tampa Bay is really good. So this is Tampa Bay, and it's very easy to me. I will take that at -12. I know you don't like big spreads. I like that big spread. If you allow the Eagles to cover this spread, which I think they would have because they scored like I think 30-9 or whatever it was. If you allow that to happen to you, then you're most definitely going to allow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are returning Super Bowl champions, have over a week and a half to prepare for you. You're gonna get shit stomped. I'm gonna say this is gonna be Tampa Bay -12.
I'm taking the Falcons again. Big spread. Like, the Falcons are just gonna garbage time, and the Buccaneers don't care. They have nothing to prove. They're not really trying to blow people out. We saw them just play like a not that good team, very close last week. And I just think that's kind of how they're going to do it until they get their bye. And then they're going to be like, all right, cool, let's turn it up. So give me the Falcons. I see the Buccaneers up by probably 21 at some point, and I see them winning by 10.
Okay. All right. I could see that with the garbage time, maybe if they go up by 20. I can agree with that. I could see maybe going up by like 21 and then letting it up. All right. I can see that. Okay. Now we'll go obviously into the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowgirls, and the Los Angeles Chargers. I actually like the Chargers a lot. It pains me to see this all the time, but I've been seeing a lot of highlights of Rashawn Slater, the guy from Northwestern, the left tackle that we could have got, and that would have made our offensive line 1,000 times better. Even if you put Andrew Thomas at right tackle and you put Rashawn Slater at left tackle, that would have made the Giants offensive line a cajillion times better. He locked down Chase Young. He is legit. So, I mean, Justin Herbert is just getting everything. He's got fantastic wide receivers. He's got fantastic running back. He's got a fantastic left tackle and just a good line in general. They got way better this year. Yes, they played a close game against Washington, but Washington is a hard, gritty team, especially on defense. I think that's a more impressive win than people are giving credit for. I like LAC here at -3, and I like the Chargers a lot just for the year in general. I think they could be legit. I think Herbert's not going to have that sophomore slump. I think he's legit quarterback, and I just think overall this team is legit. And I think the Cowboys have a suspect defense, and guess who doesn't have a suspect defense? The Chargers. I'm going to take Chargers here at -3.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with you there. I'll take the Chargers -3. I don't think I feel as good about it as you do. I'm not entirely sure how good you feel about it, or you just like to shit on the Cowboys. But
yeah,
I do think the Michael Gallup injury does really hurt more than people think, because they go 3 wide or 4 wide all the time. And now it's not Michael Gallup, it's whoever they had returning their punts. I can't remember his name. But he's number 1, whatever. CD's also obviously really good. Amari's really good. Dak looks comfortable. Zeke will be better this week when he's not playing literally the best run defense in the league from last year. So I don't hate the Cowboys here. Like, I could definitely be convinced, but I just like the Chargers weapons better. And again, the Chargers defense is still healthy.
Yes.
Which is
Derwin
really
James
good.
is still healthy.
Yeah. Joey Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a difference. So that's what we're going to go with the Chargers.
All right, on to the next game with the Tennessee Titans and the Seattle Seahawks, last of the 4:30 games. So I'm actually going to be a little bit surprising here. I like the Titans to come out and be like, all right, we got shit stomped on. Let's not do that again. And I also don't think that the defense, I think the defense for Arizona is like a sneaky, pretty good team on defense. I don't think Seattle really has any good defensive players. Titans, the Titans, when they play the Cardinals, I think the Cardinals have a sneaky defense. Chandler Jones is obviously really good. He's been top 10 or in sacks for a while now. JJ Watt is also good edge support, although he's a little older. I think they still have Pat Pete. They have other corners that are very well. That Buda Baker kid is really good. Isaiah Simmons, I don't know how they were playing him or not, but he's pretty good as well. So they have a sneaky defense, and I think the Titans are not as bad as they came out in week 1. That might have just been a slow start. So I'm going to go Titans here at +5.5, and I like the Seahawks, but I just don't like them that much.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks. I like the new offensive coordinator who's really willing to throw the ball. It's good for Russ. It's good for the team. And I think they'll put up a lot more points that way. And the thing with the Seahawks is they were actually able to get after the quarterback last week, which they haven't been able to in a few years. And that does look like that was the weakness of the Titans team. So I think it's a bad matchup for the Titans, and they're going to be hanging their heads. And I like the Seattle Seahawks here. It's Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. Those are the boys. Let's see what they got.
How do you feel about the over-under, though, being at 50.5? I feel like that's kind of small if you think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
I wouldn't really go over because I could see it being a blowout.
In favor of Seattle? No touchdowns for Titans?
Well, I mean, they could get a couple touchdowns. I see this as like a 27-17 game.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Okay, on to
does not hit the over.
Oh. All right, so now on to the Kansas City Chiefs against the Ravens. I don't know if you watched the Eli Manning, Peyton Manning podcast or whatever they were doing last night, but I thought that was funny because they brought on Travis Kelce. Just to give you guys some context, if you weren't watching, they brought on Travis Kelce, and then they were like, "Hey, Travis, yo, how do you feel about the Ravens? I know that your matchup soon." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I think we play him at the end of the, I don't know." And he's like, "Oh shit, we play him at the end of the year." So I almost feels like he just doesn't even really know. Or he's like, "Oh shit, we play him next week." So it's almost like he doesn't have no idea that they're playing these guys. But yeah, I like the Chiefs here. I think the Ravens, I think they're a middle of the pack kind of team. I don't really see them being that good. I could see a 9-8, 10-7 kind of win season for them. And I think the Chiefs are legit, obviously. That three-headed monster is still fucking good there. It's still really wide open. It's still amazing. Tyreek Hill is obviously awesome. Travis Kelce's awesome. Clyde, although he didn't do that well this week, is good. He's good out of the backfield. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Chiefs.
I'll go with the Ravens here. I see that Colin Cowherd took the Ravens, but I do agree with him. Like, the Browns ran the ball all over the Chiefs. And I also think that, like, the Chiefs get a little cute and they like to play these just like close games and do their comebacks and all that. And I don't think they take it super seriously when they get behind. But the Ravens just milk the clock and milk the clock.
Yeah.
So I do think the Chiefs win, but I'm getting over a field goal. So I'll take the former MVP, Lamar Jackson. And again, Tyson Williams looked good. Like, doesn't look like a huge downgrade from Dobbins. They got another weapon there in Sammy Watkins, who looked decent. Marquise Brown looked energetic. Mark Andrews still got it. And Devin Duvernay, I like them. And then the Ravens defense is the Ravens defense. They're obviously beat up. Marcus Peters tore his ACL. But I think the Chiefs mess around a little too much for me to be taking them at more than a field goal against the Ravens.
Okay, fair enough. All right, on to an absolute shit of a Monday night game. Although I might be crazy here. I like the Detroit Lions here to cover. It's a division rival. You know what's his name has got what's the head coach of the Detroit Lions now?
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell. You know he's got this place circled. He absolutely wants to beat up on the Packers. And listen, you could say they came back in shit time, in garbage time or whatever, but they did. I mean, they came back against a really good Niners team that I think is probably better than the Packers, and they would have covered the spread 100%. I kind of like Detroit Lions here at 10.5.
Okay. I'm on the other side.
Weird about it, but I like it.
I'm on the other side. I think the Lions secondary is terrible and just lost Jeff Okudah. So I think this is Devontae Adams' 3 or 4 touchdown game. I think this is Aaron Rodgers just like, oh, where'd I suck? Bet.
True, because that is, everyone does say he sucks. Everyone is saying he sucks.
So that's why I'm on the Packers here, and I also think the Lions are just have like no talent on the roster. Jared Goff is garbage, so they could garbage time it like they did against the 49ers. But I like the Packers here. I think it's a statement game. If they want to be legit this year, they've got to go and beat the bricks off the Lions.
Yeah, I'm being a little funky with my pick, but I'm just a funky guy right now. I'm feeling a little funky, and I'm just gonna be a funky guy. Yeah, I mean, I like my pick. I like my picks. I think overall I'm doing okay. If we can go over mortal locks, mortal lock Niners. That's my mortal lock. Is Niners 100,000%, not even close. And then what's your mortal lock?
Well, I just have my 3. I can't give a mortal lock. If I had to, it would be the Rams. -4 against the Colts, I think.
Rams at -4. Yep.
Yeah.
That's your okay.
Do you want me to give you my other 2?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So my other one's going to be Atlanta +12 against the Buccaneers.
Okay.
And then finally the Monday night game, Packers -10.5. 2 big spreads in the mortal locks for me this week. But I feel good about them. I actually feel really good about my picks so far this week. 2 other games that I tossed around mortal lock-wise was Seattle -5.5 and Pittsburgh -5. But I decided to go with the big spreads and hang out.
I think my second pick for my mortal lock is going to be Denver. I'm going to take them. I like them a lot. I like Teddy, Teddy 2 gloves. I think he's pretty good. And do I go mortal lock on the Saints? Who are they playing again exactly? Oh, Panthers. No, I don't want to go that immortal lock. Look at this.
Why not the Giants?
I don't want to go mortal lock on the Giants because I think we're gonna fucking lose. Because we're a disgrace. We are a disgrace. Oh, you know what? I'll go mortal lock on the Chargers. I'm a big Chargers guy this year. I'll go with them. They're my 3rd. I would say number 1, obviously, the Niners. I think the Niners are gonna shit stomp the Eagles. Number 2, I got Denver. I like Denver. Number 3, I think the Chargers could, and I think they definitely would beat the Cowboys. And I like the fact I'm getting it at -3. So yeah, that's gonna be my mortal locks. Yeah. Anything else?
I think just thanks for listening, guys. I'm, pretty confident in the picks this week. I'm not gonna lie. So do what you want with that information. And I think I was 3-0 in mortal locks last week. So hoping to keep that going and hoping that my week is good enough to get me above 500 overall for the year. So stay tuned, I guess.
All right. All right. Peace out, guys. See you.